Hello, this is EvolvingCherry. I'm going to talk about a topic here. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys know about pros and cons. Pros and cons, and thinking about the pros and cons of a lot of things. But I have a suggestion if you guys aren't doing this already. You can use pros and cons for anything. And I mean anything. A person, family member, strangers, who cares? So, strangers, family members, co-workers, bosses, loved ones, pros and cons on them. For example, I would put like Jesse. But guys, I'm serious. I'm serious, guys. Pros and cons. Pros and cons of anything. It could be a toy. It could be a purchase on a new car. What are the pros and cons of that? Purchasing a house. You could use pros and cons of starting a new business. What would be the pros of that? What would be the cons of that? I'm serious, guys. For an example, I'm going to put down a person's name. Maybe someone I'm interested in, right? Someone named Jesse, which I'm not interested in anybody named Jesse, but I'm putting it down. Let's say that he is funny, which is a pro. And his con is that he yells too much. I could keep going. Let's see. Funny, handsome, likes to cook, cleans. That's a big plus, right? By the way, if there's like extra, for example, the cleaning. Like if you really like cleaning, you could put like a star, a little symbol right there. Now, let's say that he cheats or has cheated in his past. That's a big no-no. You could put a X right there or something like that. Like, no, I hate that. Obviously. And then you can add these up. I would like to tally it. Maybe not so much percentages or something like that. Tallies are good. So, for example, there's about 4 things that I like about Jesse. And there's about 2 things that I hate, and I mean literally hate, about Jesse. Okay? And let's stop right there. Let's say that's the only qualities that I see in this individual. Okay? Now, you could tally it up. 1, 2, 3, and let's say this one is extra points. Like, let's add 4 points on that one. But that's totally up to you if you want to do it that way. Or you could just tally it up the same way that you did the first 3. Or however many that you have. For anything or anybody. Okay? Same with the cons. Now, let's say cheating is just like a huge no-no. You could be like, okay, that's 8 points added to that. Because that's like the bottom toll or the bottom of the totem pole on your list. Like if someone cheats or in their past relationships they have cheated, that's a huge no-no, which I hate people that, cheat. Even though I've done that one time in my life, but that was, that's another story to tell at some other time. Anyway, so yeah, he cheats. That's a big no-no. But, I mean, he does have all these qualities here, and then you added 4 points. So, 1, 2, 3, and then plus 4, that's 7. But the cheating is 8 points. And the yells is 1 point. Because yelling is not that bad. I think you'll survive if somebody yells every once in a while. But, that means it's 9 points right there. 9 points on the cons. And about 7 points on the pros. That means this person is probably no good for you if the cons overweigh the pros. Same with, like, if you want to purchase a house. I might have to make a whole nother list, but let's do it at the bottom just in case. Let's do cons, pros of a house you want to purchase. House. Yeah. Oh, I'm all pointing the wrong way. There we go. Cameras are hard. Anyway, pros. The mortgage is very low. Okay, mortgage, that's a pro. The con, it's in a bad neighborhood. Terrible neighborhood. Let's do that one. Yeah. Can't write today. And then noisy neighbors. Another con. You hear the neighbors yelling across the street, or they just always have parties all the time. Like, you don't want to deal with that, right? Now, let's say it has parking. That's a plus, right? You can park wherever you want without a problem. That's a good thing. And what else? Big backyard. That's a huge plus. Or at least in my book. Big backyard. Now, depending if, like, you really hate noisy neighbors, and if it's a terrible neighborhood, I highly recommend not living there. But I guess if the mortgage is okay, you might be able to deal, right? As long as they don't shoot in that neighborhood, you might be okay. So I would say that this time, the pros outweigh the cons. That's all you got to do, guys. You can do this with literally everything. Everything. People, things. It's pretty endless. Even if you wanted to go to Disneyland that day, what are the pros and cons of going to Disneyland a certain day? Like on the weekend. Pros. It's fun. Lots of food. But, you know, you can name a lot of things about that. Amusement park. The cons. The cons. A lot of people on the weekend. Weekends are terrible. Well, pretty much every day has a lot of people, especially in the summertime. It doesn't even matter what day you go. There's always going to be a lot of people at Disneyland, no matter what. If you go on New Year's Eve, that's the worst day ever. That is definitely a con right there. Don't go to Disneyland on New Year's Eve. Worst day ever. All right. I think you guys get it with the pros and cons, though. Make sure that you like, subscribe, put a comment down if you have any questions about the pros and cons and how you could do it properly, which I'm pretty sure if you watch this video, it's pretty simple. It's really simple. YouTube, Facebook, whatever you catch me on, keep looking out for my videos. Bye, guys.